Welcome back here at Heroes of the Dorm. We are now tied up 1-1 in our best of 5. The games have been absolutely fantastic, very back and forth.
That's right. Such a thrill to see ASU tying the series up 1-1, preventing the undefeated streak.
This is really, really close right now. Really, it's a best of 5. Someone has to win 3 of 5 games. It's tied up 1-1. Now it's a best of 3. You win 2 out of 3 here, and you've got it. You are the Heroes of the Dorm.
I just want to say that I'm incredibly proud of Arizona State University for coming back. In game number 1, their synchronization seemed to be a little off, but game number 2, they shook the nerves, realized they have to win this if they want to take home the grand prize, and they're able to take a game off of UC Berkeley, which has been undefeated for the entire tournament. Crazy stuff.
I do want to point something out. You're right, it is a best of 3 now, with the exception of the fact that the loser of the previous game picks the map. And that's one thing you got to keep in mind, because this might be a map they feel that they're going to be very strong on against the teams that they've been playing, or in this case, this team they've been playing so far. That map is going to be Haunted Mines.
Now, Haunted Mines is a little bit unusual. Virtually every battlefield is about managing 3 tug-of-wars. On Haunted Mines, it's a very small map. 2 tug-of-wars is what you'll be managing as we hop on into it. What edge will the players be looking for on this tiny, tight, team-focused map? 2 lanes with a short distance between those 2. Players will do the usual of eliminating minions and towers on the way to the core. Only 3 mercenary camps. Again, very light on choices up above, but underneath the top level are the mines. These periodically open, giving both teams the opportunity to collect skulls. Once 100 skulls have been collected, an enormous grave golem spawns, giving the players the pushing potential they need to demolish everything on the way to the core. And I cannot stress enough how difficult a decision we see teams put in. Do we go to the mines? Do we stay on top and continue to push the lanes to get the mercenary camps? There's a lot of dancing action as players are going up and down in the mines.
You know, I can't emphasize enough how very quickly things get out of control on this map. It's very forgiving. It's also important to remember there are 2 floras on this map, so it really is a balance of trying to control both. And obviously, whenever you're in one place, you're not in another. So it's a tricky map, and I think a lot of this is going to be decided in the first few minutes.
Yeah, in fact, sometimes this is like the quickest map that we have. We sometimes have games here that are as short as 10 minutes.
So yeah, it's pretty insane how quick these battlegrounds can be. And going into the draft, we'll see teams pick up heroes that can be strong in the early to mid game just because of how quick it can be. And Sylvanas, she's been strong in a lot of maps that we've seen today, but she is strongest on this battleground. Only being 2 lanes, she can put a lot of pressure on the opposing team, and it forces the opponents to come to you and defend.
Again, any hero that you pick here is also a denial on the other side. Each team, that's why they take turns here when we do this, is you pick one hero. That means it's their turn to then pick the next 2, but if they pick those next 2, then your team can't have those. So there's a lot of strategy in this process, this part of the game.
An instant pickup here on Tassadar, it looks like?
Oh, maybe not. Let's see.
Hold on. That wouldn't surprise me too much. Tassadar very good here, but they do go with Jaina, a high damage dealer.
Doesn't surprise me that they thought about Tassadar for a moment, but pulling back to Jaina and Brightwing makes fantastic sense. Jaina does damage in bursts in an area, and given how small the battleground is, it's very often Jaina's abilities are able to hit 2 or 3 other heroes.
Yeah, she's one of those heroes I was talking about that's great early to mid game. You're able to deal with the lane that's coming from Sylvanas with your Blizzard ability, but you're also able to go in the mid game. But there we go. It looks like we have another hero on the roster here.
I do agree with you. Strong early in the mid game. Do we even have a late game on this map?
Sometimes. If it's super even, yeah, it can't happen.
Not that often, though.
Well, it looks like Tassadar does get picked up very quickly here by UC Berkeley. They say, okay, you don't want him ASU, we'll take him. And to go along with him, Illidan.
Just an absolute powerhouse in the hands of UC Berkeley. Illidan, again, UC Berkeley so often goes for high damage, low health characters. Illidan is the king of that role. Oh, my favorite combination in the whole wide world, Diablo, Tyrande. We always think about these two as a pair. Diablo, who throws overhead, Tyrande, who follows up the overhead throw with a stun. This combo very often can pick off a single hero almost immediately.
And we've already seen the Dream Team utilize it well. We see the two players that pick up those two heroes do such a great job of landing those stuns and going straight for Fan, who's always the one that seems to be a little bit aggressive. It's one of those combinations that is so great at stopping aggressive players like Fan, so we'll see them continually use that throughout the series.
Well, it looks like we have our last two picks here for UC Berkeley, picking up ETC as their warrior and Rhaegar as their main support here, their main healer. What do you think about that, Day 9?
Well, I mean, Elite Tauren Chieftain makes perfect sense. The mobility was stage dive to show up anywhere at any point in time, and let's be honest, what's an Illidan without a Rhaegar? Rhaegar is so good at doing the reverse burst, suddenly healing Illidan back to max health.
The other thing to note as well is that there is a potential that they could go for a Mosh Pit here. I do think Stage Dive will be the put, but Mosh Pit can be very, very good as a self-peel and you won't fully engage. However, that does force Brightwing, Diablo, and Tyrande to use their abilities that don't get used on Illidan because they get used on ETC, so they're able to steal away those abilities to allow Illidan to jump around a lot. So there is that possibility of that happening too.
We have the game loaded up, so let's make some noise once again as game number 3 on the map Haunted Mines has loaded up here for our grand finals of the Heroes of the Door.
On the far left, down, or actually tied up 1-1. It will be UC Berkeley in the blue, all 5 grouped up behind this gate on the opposite side of the battleground. The red team, Arizona State University, showing their colors.
Now, one thing that we should really mention on this map, that golem that you get from collecting the skulls, that is he's only going to push one lane. So that is the lane that normally you're going to see players push down and really try to damage.
Here's a golem where it spawns, actually, by the way. It will push that bottom lane. This one for the red team will push the top lane.
And what's important to note is whenever that golem is defeated, it collapses in the place it was defeated so that when you get the skulls again for the next turn, it picks up from where it took off. So that's why this map can make for some of the shortest games we've seen.
Well, right now we see UC Berkeley making a strong push here up to the top. Some rotation coming down from ASU, Melkor and Michael Udall both coming up to help out AKA Face.
Yeah, Panda right here is so strong at pushing in the lane that they are forced to match in numbers here. So there's a 4-on-4 going on, and we have Vala actually that went down to the bottom lane. I believe that was Fam. Yeah, Fam here will be able to deal with Zero pretty easily as long as he's careful with his positioning and able to push that lane a little bit better. So that will be a 1-on-1, but the main aggression, the main stuff happening is up here in the top lane.
That's right, both teams vying to see if they can get any takedowns here. UC Berkeley trying to push in, see if they can pick somebody off, but ASU staying very defensive as we are used to seeing from them.
Again, you want to be very careful early on here. With a map this tight, 1 or 2 mistakes and things just get pretty crazy. And in fact, I think down here in the south, no, a nice escape there by Fam, but that could have been one that would highlight exactly what I was talking about. By the way, the mines, the lower level of this stage is going to open up in 20 seconds. When that opens up, there will be a mad dash by both teams to run underground, take care of the skeletons, as well as that giant golem that's down there. When they kill them, they collect skulls. The skulls power the golem that will then rise up on the on floor 1.
Yeah.
I'm down in B1. There's skulls on floor 1. You can get them to go up there, and we already see that's happened here now.
All right, UC Berkeley trying to get as many skulls as possible. They're all killing off all of these little skeletons as quickly as they can to collect them. There's only 100 skulls total, so you need to get as many as you possibly can.
You see Arizona State University being a little bit aggressive here. They're a little bit ahead in experience. If they can pick off Fan, oh my god, Fan in trouble. Melkor charges forward. Fan, it turned into a pig. He's going to be able to flip away. Zero charges forward, and now we have Kotek in trouble. He does get away, but Melkor is the first hero to go down.
Good save there by Suppy with those heals. Looks like ASU has to run away for now, but Fan is going after him. AKA Face taking some damage.
They need to escape, and they need to do it quickly. They're on the run right now. They're going to try to go to the exit over here. 1 escape, 2, 3. All 4 do manage to get out, but this means the mines are now the territory here of UC Berkeley, and with that territory under their control, the skulls will be theirs to get, thus powering a very strong Golem.
And hey, this is a big deal. They're already at 63 skulls out of 100, so already their Golem will be more powerful. But do they go after the biggest Golem down here? It can be a dangerous place to fight.
Looks like Arizona State's going to be able to run down here and grab the remnants of what's left in skulls for the top lane. It's really, really important here as it looks like UC Berkeley will grab some stuff.
Yeah, if you take a look up here, yes, Arizona State's going to grab the skulls down here, the remaining ones, I should say. However, the mercenary camps that are up here on the top floor, they can be taken out, which means there's going to be still a very strong push here and an advantage for the next minute or so here from UC Berkeley.
I love this play from UC Berkeley. The earlier Golems in this game, not quite as powerful, so they just secure the fact that they have a stronger one and then get more of the mercenaries up top. Some really great strategy from UC Berkeley here.
It's going to be important to note when the Golem does spawn, and that's going to be momentarily, where do the two teams go? Are they going to go push with their Golem? Are they going to go back and defend? Are they going to split their teams up? And we're going to find that out in just a second.
The stronger play here from UC Berkeley is to push with their Golem. It's stronger. They have Sylvanas. They're able to put a lot of pressure on a lane, which means ideally Arizona State University would be forced to defend, which could potentially set them up for some kind of pickoffs if ETC is able to get into an engagement. However, they do have to be careful because Diablo is a hero for Arizona State University that can force an engagement and pull someone back into their fort. So we'll see what happens here, and it looks like UC Berkeley is actually pushing the bottom lane here with their mighty Golem.
And it looks like the gate is going to be knocked down. Remember, the Golem does not attack the other players. The Golem is simply mindlessly moving towards the opposing player's core. On a map this small with only 2 tiers of defense here, 2 walls to block off opponents, it is a very scary thing to have an early Golem lead.
Well, this early Golem lead is scary indeed. They're almost through the fort already. UC Berkeley doing a great job staying behind their Golem, letting him take the damage while they try to deal damage to their opponents.
Arizona State University realizes that they're going to lose that fort, so they try to gain an advantage in the very far top lane by peeling off one of their teammates, Kotank here, to go ahead and try and get some damage on that fort, but this is just a lone support. She can't really do too much. She's got decent damage, but she's not going to get a full fort. They have to watch out for a full engagement down here in the bottom right corner. And luckily, with Melkor being there, it's very hard for UC Berkeley to engage.
You know, this really shows you the disparity here between the 2 Golem strengths. The fact that there's been 4 players here from ASU trying to fight this off, and the Golem still only just now being destroyed. And again, important to note, where that Golem was destroyed, that will be where it wakes up next time when the skulls are collected, which means it is just impossible to have a long game on this map.
Yeah, the Golem's already getting just so close to the cores. The next fight for skulls down in B1, as you call it, Tasteless, is going to be a fierce one.
Well, some aggression might occur here. Arizona State University looking to maybe walk in, but we do see Fan Ultimated walking away instantly here. They're trying to keep their lead, moving to level 10. Level 10 normally happens when the second base does pop up earlier, when you're able to go down into the basement and get those skulls. So yeah, right now for Fan and the rest of his team, it's all about waiting, playing passive here until Arizona State University makes a small mistake.
Again, very important that nobody loses a team fight, and that's why you might see some very cautious play from both parties, because really, if you lose the team fight, there are so many things that just go wrong after that it's almost impossible to play catch up.
It seems as if almost both teams are too scared to engage each other right now. So much on the line in this crucial game number 3. Both teams dancing around, being very careful around each other.
And let's not forget, they are both very close to level 10. In fact, with UC Berkeley right now, a little bit closer. And a level 10 versus, let's say, a level 9, when mines are open and camps are available, that's a fight you don't want to take if you're behind and you don't have that heroic ability.
Melkor is actually looking for an engagement right now because Fan is in the bottom right of the battleground, and we can have Right Wing actually move into the battleground or move into the fight at any time, as we do have AKA Face just sitting here. So watching the top lane, we're going to keep an eye on Melkor and see if an engagement does happen, because they could do a quick number advantage.
Well, it looks like the mines are opening up pretty soon here, guys. About 10 seconds left over, but already we see ASU going down to B1, to those mines, and getting ready. Oh, they're waiting for someone to pop down, and in fact, down there, we do see a pickoff on Tassadar.
Wow, they rotated all the way down to the bottom to try and grab a couple of takedowns, and they secured them. They were able to take out Fan, and they were also able to take out Tassadar. Now, all of these skulls are available for their picking.
That was the play they needed to do. They knew UC Berkeley is hungry for more skulls, as dark as that sounds. But they wanted to get down there and get those skulls to get the bigger golem, but they booby-trapped that area of the mine. They came in there, slammed them, and basically zoned them out.
I gotta say, ASU right now pulling out all the stops. It looks like they are gonna pop up, see who's there, but UC Berkeley is waiting up top. They can't exit quite yet.
They actually did pick off Suppy as well, so now still only 4 members here for UC Berkeley, and now look at this huge golem available.
Let's talk about this again for a second. This is pretty fascinating. What UC Berkeley's done is now that they were locked out of the mines, they want to lock the other team in the mines.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a funny situation here. But 86 skulls for Arizona State? 100 skulls Golem!
This is the biggest golem possible here for Arizona State University. It is going to be powerful. It is going to be meaty, and UC Berkeley needs to respect it. Now, there was good news behind all this. UC Berkeley did grab a 4 in the top right corner. They're grabbing these bruisers, but again, this golem spotting is a big deal. But Melkor is getting caught out of position. The rest of his team does show up. Here's the Metamorphosis from Fan.
Ultimated going forward in Archon mode. Right now, Michael Udall getting very low. They do freeze Fan. Fan jumping forward, trying to take out Michael Udall with all of his might. And it looks like Michael Udall does go down.
And remember, the fort was destroyed here earlier, so there's no defense to retreat into. This is a critical moment as the golems are about to spawn.
Despite 100 skull golem, 3 members being taken out there by UC Berkeley. Great teamwork.
That team fight was important for UC Berkeley. They won the team fight because now they have to come back and defend this massive golem. It already took out a fort. It could keep moving forward here. So 4 members from UC Berkeley will be dealing with this golem. Luckily for Arizona State University, they had an advantage in golems, and the one in the bottom right corner has already been taken care of just by the turret. So it will spawn there once again on the next time. Effectively, this game just evened out because of that play from UC Berkeley.
That was such a clutch move by UC Berkeley. Normally, 100 skull golem is the type of thing that can end a game in that 10-minute period we were talking about before. But somehow they have stayed and made it even.
It was a brilliant play by Arizona State, but they had to keep that ball in the air there, and they were not able to do that. I got to say, the coordination in the attack there from UC Berkeley was actually pretty intimidating. They really knew how to get in there, and we're going to have to see now what Arizona State has up its sleeve next.
Well, I got to tell you, both these teams are doing their absolute utmost. Don't forget that the winner here tonight gets tuition for their college career.
And it'll be fantastic to get that prize. Both teams right now, as we are in a bit of a standoff, are grabbing whatever they can on the battleground, getting giants, staying close in experience. We're going to see UC Berkeley just an edge ahead because of that last team fight, getting to level 13. But,
I see an engagement here.
Melkor wanting to lead the charge. He wants to get on Fan. Remember, Zero does peel for him, though. We do have AKA face in the top right corner, and Melkor chasing Fan down, but Fan flirting with a disaster here. Can he go? He gets the polymorph here, which could be a big deal for UC Berkeley. They go for the engage, but miss the stage.
A bungled engage there by Zero, and I think that they're going to be regretting that one. They could have gotten way more damage done here, and now, in fact, this may be an overextension here. Let's see if Melkor can actually hang on. A lot of focus firing on him right now.
That's right, Fan going after him, Zero as well. We have a nice starfall there by Kotank. Fan and Zero have to turn around. A beautiful heal there by Suppy on Fan, and it looks like Fan will get out. Ultimated, though, very low on health.
Melkor and Fam going for the chase. They do have the damage that they can get here. You see the move forward. They got to be careful because Fam's around, but Tassadar does get picked off. 2 members down for UC Berkeley, and Fam finally decides to pull back. You don't want to overchase because in 15 seconds, we have the skull spotting for our teams.
That's right. As you can see now, the mines will be reopening here. And with Arizona State, once again, victorious in that battle, and it was forced to do a temporary 3v5. This is going to be, once again, UC Berkeley on their back foot. I can't emphasize enough the fact that every battle gets this game just that much closer to the end because the columns just, no matter what, when they spawn, they do damage to structures. And there's really not many structures specifically on this map that keep you blockaded off from your opponent's core.
I do want to note that UC Berkeley still has not gone into the mines, and that has allowed Arizona State University to get 62 skulls. Now, as a group, they do show up. Malker scouts actually the entire team, pulls back to his team, and we might be having a team fight here in these small quarters, and you got to be careful because Jaina can be very powerful in this scenario.
Indeed she can. They are pulling back right now. They're trying to be careful with the 62 skull lead. They could even leave here and still be ahead on that golem, but they want more than that. They want a victory, so they are looking for mistakes from UC Berkeley.
Frankly, with a 100 skull lead, if they were to get something comparable to that, they could have a push that could just end the game. I mean, this is a very big possibility. A lot of this is going to come down. You notice they're fighting over in between this one golem that has the majority of the skulls here, and it looks like it's going to go down right now.
Van goes in for the charge, a huge wailing arrow on AKA face. There goes the stage dive metamorphosis. AKA Tank in trouble. Van helping out with the engagement as well. Looks like Tank will go down. Van being chased down as well. Melkor shows up, but what's he going to do? Van being chased away. There's another hit from the guitar on Zero, and Melkor, the third hero for Arizona State University, being taken down.
It's a 5 versus 2. This means the rest of the skulls will be easy pickings here for UC Berkeley, causing a possible lethal push here on Arizona State.
Once again, showing a superior team fight in this game is UC Berkeley, catching up on this golem quite a bit. Still, they have a smaller golem, so this game isn't over yet.
Okay, there is good news for Arizona State University. Remember, they did get a total of 63 skulls, so their golem will be a bit mightier than their opponents. Right now, the game is relatively even. It comes down to the decisions here. And you know, we were mentioning it, this battleground ends pretty early in the early to mid game, but we're starting to move into what we call the late game here.
Yeah, and it's funny to say that because you can see on the clock at the top, it's only 15 minutes, but on this map, that is that is late game because this map is like boxing inside of a telephone booth. It's very small, very tight.
Well, it looks like the golems are rising right now, and we have all of UC Berkeley trying to defend against this very powerful golem. In the meantime, ASU coming up to help it out.
They're feeling bold here. They want to charge in, and they want to try and do it and synchronize with the golem slam that we see, the green AoE. Melkor wants to walk in and throw a hero into that area. But again, just being back support is enough here for Arizona State University. If they get the keep, that's a major win for them.
Well, that keep is starting to take a lot of damage, going down to about half health. Cassadar trying to heal it as best he can with that shield, but ASU is relentless, pushing forward, and it looks like this keep is probably going to go down.
The keep is destroyed. The tower falls within a matter of seconds, and that means the top lane is all but cleared with the exception of that core. You see right now the golem mindlessly walking towards it. Right now, UC Berkeley has to do everything to keep that core alive.
Well, they are going after this golem right now. They are going to be able to clear it out, but in the meantime, we actually have ASU just evacuating the area, deciding, hey, let's go over here, let's clear this bruiser camp, let's take other map objectives. We've already done our job on the opponent's side of the map.
Now, oddly enough, this golem over here, still a little bit weaker, obviously, but not able to do the same damage. You can see with some very nice play here from Pham, able to keep that keep alive.
And you can see here Charonda from Kotank over by the fort did pick a talent called Mule. That little robot there is actually healing up that keep, keeping it alive and making it better for going into the late game.
And this is something very important to remember is as you see these players leveling up, they're picking different abilities. Some of them allow them to fix the structures they have. Others allow them to do additional damage or dash away. And there's really a beautiful way to approach this game on how to build this up. And we have a booby trap right now.
Oh, so sneaky.
Oh, man. Melkor going to charge in right now.
There's a stun. Fan gets caught. There goes the Wailing Arrow. A huge heal from Suppy, though, and they're going to turn around. Fan charges forward.
It looks like Pham will, in fact, go down. Going after Kotank next. Oh, jumping over Kotank. Kotank has to turn around. Kotank being chased down right now, and it looks like Kotank will fall.
That was actually a strategical loss. Kotank ran the opposite direction to make UC Berkeley chase him so the rest of his teammates could get away and get to the safety of their keep. A nice play for his team, selfless overall. But still, this keep is in trouble, especially with Panda Jigo here playing Sylvanas. Look at him stopping that keep from shooting back.
Looks like that keep goes down. The push continues forward. They smell blood in the water. They're going to move in even a little bit further right now. And this game seesawing back and forth in a 5 versus 3. Each team has their core incredibly exposed, incredibly vulnerable. This game is just 1 or 2 mistakes or 1 or 2 good plays away from ending.
Oh, is this one of those mistakes? So it looks like UC Berkeley turns on Melkor there for a moment, but Melkor backs up. We do have Fan back up. We do have the entire ASU roster up, so it looks like it's time for these teams to go their separate ways once again.
The mines are going to open in 20 seconds. And you can see definitely both teams backing up, going to go for mercenary camps here. This is going to be probably one of the tougher games, tougher choices we're going to see here in this best of 5. It is so important to win this to get that lead here, but also any one mistake, things will spiral out of control.
There is a possibility on this battleground as well for an all-in to occur. We could have either team, now that keeps are down on both sides, just charge to the core and try to end the game. It's a matter of what they want to do. Arizona State University, though, already down on the mines. We have the other members right above this trying to come in. There will be a team fight here.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like everyone wants to get skulls right now. UC Berkeley split into 2 groups, whereas we do have ASU down south here in the mines in 1 group together, roaming, trying to stay safe. Safety in numbers.
This is scary Artosis. A team fight at this stage, if there is a clear wipe, could be the end of game for either team. You're going to see them posture around. The engagements have to be perfect, and we see UC Berkeley moving in on the area.
Oh my God, nice dodge there. Now that's going to mean they can't get back up out of that entrance, as they're going to be waiting there for a beatdown if they try to do that exit.
Look, oh man.
This is the all-in. They might go for the all-in.
They're going to go for the all-in. Okay,
yes,
yeah,
they
explain
are.
this, please, quickly.
Okay, so right now they can run straight to the core. If they kill the core, they win the game. We have UC Berkeley grabbing the goal, and they have to come back home.
Oh,
Here we go. Mike Udall leading the charge. Bam coming as well. Melkor starting the attack. There goes the heroics as well. Zero does stage dive back, but Melkor's going to throw him back. Suppy, Abhandaju, and Fan all make it back home just in time, and now it's all about retreating for Arizona State University. If they get away, they can go down and get the rest of the skulls.
Very smart move there to use the Hearthstone to teleport back home, but that does mean now there's skulls that are left there. It will also mean that the red team here, ASU, can rush into the mines first if they feel like it, and it looks like they're not going to do that. Instead, once again, back to square one here. UC Berkeley going to go back down to the mines to try to finish the work they already started. This also does lead an opportunity here for ASU to try something like that again.
UC Berkeley did leave 1 member actually above on the above ground to go ahead and scout out the opposing team, but he gets caught. Ultimatum will try to get away. He does juke everyone though and runs away, but Bam popping the heroic. They're going into pure chaos. They want to get this takedown. Are they going to secure it? Ultimatum will eventually go down, but he wasted enough time for his team to get the rest of the skulls.
That's right, and that means that UC Berkeley has a slightly stronger Golem right now, but does that matter? The ASU Golem is going to spawn right on top of their core.
It all comes down to decisions right now, and it looks like Arizona State University are feeling bold. They want to push with their Golem. They want to put the aggression on the fort for 30 seconds. Ultimatum will not be back in the fight, which means he can't help out. This would be a 5v4 effectively. If Fan goes down, this could be the end of the game.
It's very important here for ASU to try to stall as much as possible while the Golem's dealing damage. And it looks, and we're going to have an initiation right now.
Fan gets polymorph there for a moment, but does jump out of it, going after Kotank right now. Suppy keeping the heels up. Suppy taking a lot of damage, having to retreat for the moment. In the meantime, the Golem's going to work on the core.
And the core, yes, it's being hit the entire time. Suppy looks like he's going to just barely get away. The water elemental trying to chase him down. Now Suppy makes it. The experience helping him out here. 3 members though still fighting in the top right corner. Zero in trouble. Low on HP. Melkor, aka Face, trying to help out. At the same time, on the opposite side of the entire battleground, the huge Golem for UC Berkeley is knocking down this core. 3 members are down for Arizona State University, but it looks like UC Berkeley is forced to defend. The game might not end. Let's go ahead and check out the other Golem. Oh my gosh, this is too tense.
Oh man, already that core taking a lot of damage. Melkor and AKA Face doing their best to clean this up.
This is completely insane. Both of them are so close to losing right now. It looks like narrowly UC Berkeley has managed to save their core. It's still badly bruised, but funnily enough, back over here at ASU, while this was all happening, there's been so much damage done. The core at about 45% health.
And let's not forget right now we have level 20 for UC Berkeley, which means they get their storm talents. It's like a second heroic talent. they are in a great spot right now with that.
Oh my gosh, this game is so intense. I'm trembling in my boots right now as we have UC Berkeley doing their best to grab anything on the battleground. Luckily for Arizona State University, they have that little mule that's going to be able to heal that core back up and get themselves in a position where they could be even. But right now, you have to remember in the back of your mind, these teams are wondering about a potential all-in. Can they do it?
Yeah.
Will their opposing teams do it? There's so much stress going on, and it's all about who manages it well.
I really want to emphasize what you were saying right there. These cores are so weak that you could just make a mad dash over there and everybody jumps on top of it in somewhat of a suicide mission, but as long as you destroy that, it still works and you win. It's going to be a crazy last bit of this game here. UC Berkeley with a slight edge, but it is such a fine line. This is going to be a tightrope walk here as this game moves forward.
All right, UC Berkeley walking down the map. Looks like they're going to try to come in from the center. Cal Zero actually charges in right now.
Fan goes in with the Metamorphosis, chasing down members. A few are low, Zero in trouble as well. We do have Melkor behind you. They're going straight for the core. They're going to all in. Can they take it and move into a 2-1 series?
Unbelievable! At the last second, UC Berkeley identifies a small window of time. It's a huge risk. If it had failed, they would have lost the game with a counter push there from ASU, but it didn't fail. They managed to push forward. They got on that structure. Yeah, they were going to lose a lot of their heroes, but the winning conditions are kill your opponent's core, and they did that at all costs.
Day 9, I mean, you watch that game, another nail biter here. Bring us through it.
I could talk about the gank on B1, the surprise move from ASU. I could talk about the great team fighting by UC Berkeley, but the one key moment that matters was that UC Berkeley did the near impossible, a 4v5, a desperation defense on the back foot at the last second to keep themselves in the game. Winning a 4v5 is unimaginably difficult, but their coordination and their calm shown through beautifully. UC Berkeley are the kings of team fighting.
Guys, are you having fun here at the Heroes of the Dorm? Are these games exciting or what?
Pretty ridiculous how close this series has been. That entire game, plays were being thrown left and right. We never knew who exactly would win until the last couple of minutes. But UC Berkeley, as Day 9 mentioned, was able to edge it out. And that 4v5 was pretty ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to show you a replay of just how strong UC Berkeley has been probably later on. But for now, you know, UC Berkeley, they made a crazy amount of plays. Arizona State University, though, they have it. They were so close. You could just tell it was so tense.
We are going to go to a short break. When we return, we'll be going on to Game 4 in the finals of the Heroes of the Dorm.